extremely hardworking. I always respect people who are very hardworking. She's very professional.
Yeah, no, she was great to work with. She's also got like a very clear sense of understanding of the responsibility that she's carrying.
Hi everyone, I'm Pooja from Bollywood Life. Thriller movies always leave us on the edge, don't they? There's some fun about watching someone uncover the truth, as you know, there's conspiracy and suspense going around. Today we are going to dive into one such promising movie that is all set to captivate the audience. It's called Ulaj. Let's find out more about it from its talented cast, Gulshan Devai and Roshan Mathew. Hi,
You are
welcome
not going to
Bollywood
find out
Life.
anything about the movie from me. इधर उधर की बातें करने हो तो बताओ. अभी सीधा मुद्दे पे बात करने है, इससे बात करो.
जितना मेरे से हो पाएगा मैं दे दूंगा.
फालतू की बातें करनी है.
तो सबसे पहले फिर ये बताओ कि what attracted you to Ulaj? That at least you can tell us.
Sir ji.
I thought it was a great idea. I was interested in the part they were offering me. It was a great part. They were offering it on a platter, and I liked the story. I liked what Sudhanshu was intending to do with this film. I thought it was a great cast. I was looking forward to working with all of them. And yeah, the whole shoot, pretty much 95% of the shoot is in London, which is also a great thing. We were staying in very central locations, and the weather was really nice, and it's all paid for also. And I had 12 days off in between, so that's like a paid holiday.
Vacation.
Workation.
Workation indeed for you. No, I like, yeah, it was a lot of positives, like Gulshan said. No negatives really. It was a script that was exciting, a character I hadn't played before. And I read it and immediately felt excited to do it. If I asked the director who the rest of the cast were going to be, my first question was who's going to play this character that Gulshan played. I felt like he'd put together a very interesting cast. Yeah, so like Jungli's filmography so far has also been very impressive. So I wanted to
Actually,
do
my
it.
next question was about the, your characters. Can you tell us something?
No,
ये कुछ नहीं बताएगा
कुछ तो बताना चाहिए.
I cook food. For Janvi.
What should your fans expect?
Actually, for Suhana.
So what should your fans expect कि क्या है
I don't know
character
what
में?
they should expect. Why should I?
No, कुछ तो देना चाहिए ना
आप लोग
character.
अपना एक्सपेक्टेशन का बर्डन मेरे सर के ऊपर नहीं डाल सकते. आप लोग कुछ भी एक्सपेक्ट करो.
It's like suspense के अंदर suspense. You're not going to tell
I
us.
don't want to get caught in this whole reputation thing. Like, because I like doing diverse, versatile stuff, I don't want it to start defining me. So I'm trying to sort of, shed that also. But yeah, I do like to do that. But that doesn't mean that, that they should expect, or I should expect to do something really radically different or exciting every time.
Right.
No. I don't know what they should expect. I really don't know.
So
I
yeah.
hope they like the movie, they'll watch the trailer, it's released. I suppose some songs will come out, and
Yeah.
if that is a point of interest generates interest, I mean that's the intention. Like we've done all of these things with the intention that it will be fun for them. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
So like, how was the prep for your characters? If you can't tell us about your characters, so how was the prep?
No, I mean like we're a bunch of diplomats actually, most of us in the film. So there was a lot of getting to know that world. It's not something that we're really exposed to. A lot of their work also happens very secretly behind closed doors and everything. So it was interesting to like read up on that. What happens in an embassy? What do these like diplomats and ambassadors and all do? What do they talk about? So that part of it was very exciting for me. Like I generally like it when a project that I'm working on makes me interested in learning something or like finding out something about something that's been happening in the world forever, but we've just never, bothered to. So that was good. Then we had a bunch of like table reads, some workshop sessions with a few of my co-actors, a lot of sessions with Sudhanshu. Then like the kind of like cerebral work that happens inside every actor's head. It's fun. It was a good prep process actually.
And thriller movies, especially if it's about saving the nation, like that's a genre that's loved a lot in India. And when it has this like spy twist with their characters, they are on a hidden mission, no one knows about them, like Ek Tha Tiger, Pathaan, Razi, all of these, they receive like more love. What do you think attracts the Indian audience to such kind of genre?
Because it's fun. Because it makes them feel good about themselves also sometimes. And I feel that sometimes the volume being amped up is also fun. And sometimes like in Ulaj, it's not really high volume, it's really subtle. Halki si halki.
Yeah.
So that patriotism isn't like, sometimes, you need to, blow the trumpet and beat the drum, and sometimes you don't need to do any of those things. A lot of real work happens really quietly. and particularly like in the fields such as foreign service
Yeah.
or what is the word I'm looking for, like what do you call spies?
Yeah.
Such things, like it happens really quietly and all that. So
It's actually when things slip out of their control that we start hearing
Yeah.
about it.
and there are complexities to the plot, so which unfold, which keeps people engaged, as in when we were reading it also, like oh, this happened, so how does somebody like her get out of this, what happens, what are these characters doing? So a lot of interesting characters. It's a character driven plot. It's the plot drives the characters also, so it has a lot of these things going on. It's not too complicated, but it is layered.
Your thoughts?
Nothing more to add actually. He like summed it up very well.
Yeah, I copied all of what he said in the previous
In the
interviews.
previous interview.
I should just try and be a little
No,
serious.
No, but yeah, that's the answer.
So, like, how was the experience of working with Janhvi Kapoor? Like, anything you can share?
Extremely hardworking. I always respect people who are very hardworking. She's very professional. She's she knows what, I mean, she's very prepared, and even during rehearsal she has good ideas about her characters, and some of the suggestions she gave for my character also I thought was pretty good. We incorporated that. So and extremely hardworking, not only as an actor but in life she's a hardworking person, and I'm a lazy person, so I have tremendous respect for people who are hardworking, and it's an inspiration. I want to be that hardworking. Maybe not that hardworking, but I can do better.
Yeah, no, she was great to work with. She's also got like a very clear sense of understanding of the responsibility that she's carrying, in a film like Ulaj especially. Like the complexities of the character that's been written is not lost on her, but she also recognizes the need to make every moment entertaining for an audience. So that angle is constantly running as an actor, and I find that very interesting. Where is an audience going to have fun watching this if we play it this way? How can each moment be better? How can I do this better? That's constantly happening. So that energy is very good to work with on set. I think my most positive experience or like best takeaway from Ulaj was that energy that Janhvi and everyone else in the crew had of, okay, so we have this material, we have a film that we're going to make. How do we bring out the best version of this? What all can we try? What all can we do here?
I'm very curious of her. Like, I'm always interested in like what ticks these people. Why do they do this? What are they thinking? How do they approach certain things, their careers? I'm like always. Sometimes I ask, and sometimes it's just like observing. I mean, I'm really curious. So I enjoyed that opportunity also to sort of like observe somebody and like try to like study them. Okay, this is why they are doing this. Why they do what they do.
Yeah.
And last question, the discussion of box office has started again because audience has become quite picky about what they want to watch in theaters, and then a few months later the movie releases on OTT platforms. So as actors and this kind of movies, it's like it will either be a hit or we don't know. Like some genres you don't know if they work or not. It's like audience depends. It depends. So as an actor, like, do you have that pressure? Are you worried about box office? Not about this movie, but in general.
I keep myself as informed as possible from an academic level because I want to understand the business. But I am, it's not easy, but then I'm sort of training myself to not take too much pressure about such things and just focus on being sincere, do your job, do your best, and then you can't really control everything. And for people who take box office numbers very seriously, you tell me, I'll ask you a question. A film made 35 lakhs on day one. Is it a hit or a flop?
It depends like on the, I don't know. It
Number of
actually
screens it
depends
was
on the.
played.
I'll
Oops, sorry.
So it depends on what the expectations were.
No, would you like hit or flop? I
I-
mean, you are from the business, so you understand the business. But if people say it's a, arey, what is that? If it says like it's 15 crores, so that's a impressive figure, right? Like 35 lakhs is not an impressive figure,
Right.
but 35 lakhs on 45 screens or 50 screens, that's very good.
Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
people don't understand the business, so they just comment on the figures. They have no idea what was the release size. They have no idea what was the expenditure of the film, what's the budget is. They have no idea how IPs can be monetized differently, how a lot of people. So they have no idea. It's just it's not as simple.
Your thoughts?
That's the point I was trying to make.
You made it very well, actually. It's very important to think about it that way. All figures come with that asterisk of conditions apply. No, I try not to take too much pressure about numbers and all while acting at least. I consciously put an effort into that because it's important to go out there and have fun. For that, you have to get out of your head about these things of like, you know, oh, okay, we're going to shoot the scene now, then eventually it's going to make the film and then this film's going to play in theatres. How much money will we, that doesn't help an actor in any way while doing that scene. Obviously, when a film comes out and it doesn't do as well as you expected it to, that hits you also. And then you like suffer for a bit and then you get up and go back to work. That's been my process.
Having said that, if this is a blockbuster, it's welcome.
Any
Yeah.
blockbuster.
With open arms.